The National Police Commissioner, General Beckett Cele, has warned that more and more crimes are committed via social networks such as Facebook. He's told Parliament's Police Committee that he recently received a request to investigate a case in which a woman was swindled out of R500,000 by a so-called friend on Facebook. He says these investigations are very expensive and often involve police in other countries. Yesterday, Thabo Bester, known as the Facebook rapist, pleaded guilty to raping 2 women and robbing them. The Commissioner urged the greater community to educate the youth about the dangers of these sites.
Worrying this tool of Facebook, because even this Bester has been big on Facebook, talking to people on Facebook until they meet in the hotel room with somebody that you have never seen before. We must pick an issue with our young people to say, how happens that first time you meet that person, you meet him in the hotel room with a person that you have never seen.
Rapist Axi, the group responsible for posting explicit images of murdered right-wing leader Eugene Blanche on Facebook, insists the images were not from the police docket. There's been an outcry over the posting of the photos during the highly publicized murder trial. 2 farm workers, including a teenager, are on trial in the Circuit High Court in Ventersdorp in the northwest. The Blanche family were outraged by the photographs, and the NPA says it could constitute contempt of court. Senior court reporter Candice Klein.
The photos courted controversy with allegations that they were taken from the police docket. But the Facebook group, Rapist Axi, has denied that the photos were sourced from the docket. Instead, they say, the images come from a book titled Die Werklike Mandela. They insist that they cannot be sued for posting the images. The Blanche family lawyer, Gerrie Besson, gave them until midnight to remove the images. If not, the lawyer vowed to launch an urgent court interdict. The family is traumatized by the graphic images.
The KwaZulu-Natal Transport MEC, Willies Mqunu, has welcomed the sentencing of the former chairperson of the Fulweni Taxi Association. He was sentenced to life and 50 years imprisonment by the Durban High Court yesterday after being found guilty of 6 counts, including murder, attempted murder and possession of an unlicensed firearm. The MEC says this sends a strong message to all people who failed to comply with the law.
We are very pleased with the sentence. We are also very pleased with the attitude of the court, who are now meting out very high sentences to those taxi people who think it is easy to just kill other people and get away with it. We want to also issue another warning to all taxi people. There are many ways of solving conflicts and tensions, but 2 of them are dialogue as well as the court.
Gunmen in Kenya have kidnapped 2 foreign aid workers at the Dadaab refugee camp near Somalia. Police say 2 Spanish women from the medical charity MSF, or Doctors Without Borders, were abducted. Our East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani.
Police in Kenya have sealed the border between the country and Somalia following the abductions believed to have been carried out by Somalia's Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab insurgents. The kidnappings come just weeks after Somali gunmen kidnapped 2 other foreign women in Kenya's Lamu Island. MSF confirmed the attack and said a driver had been injured when the attackers shot at the camp where they took the 2 women from. The Dadaab refugee camp is the biggest in the world. It was set up in 1991 to house Somalis fleeing violence in their country.
The South African soccer fanatic who's been researching the qualification rules of CAF and other soccer bodies insists SAFA has a case for Bafana Bafana to go through to the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations. Bafana finished on top of their group on goal difference, but didn't qualify for next year's tournament. CAF officials cited an article of the continental body's rules and announced that Niger had qualified from the group. Soccer fan Sipon Gomalo says the article is only applicable during the final tournament and therefore cannot be used during qualification stages.
On the qualification criteria for CAF, they only say the team that's going to qualify is the team that finishes first on the group. They don't explain exactly how they determine the team that comes first. So in that case, where it is not explained, the normal FIFA rules apply. Where there is a tie, the first team will be determined by goal difference. That will be the first thing that's going to be considered.
The top story at 8 o'clock, the National Police Commissioner has warned that more and more crimes are committed via social networks such as Facebook.